Over Britain and Ireland's garden fences lie some of our best-kept secrets.
Oh, my goodness.
And the gardeners that tend them are a unique breed.
You can guarantee if you've got a big one, someone's got something a bit bigger.
In each episode of the series, 3 gardens will be explored and appraised.
We're looking at the lawn. Oh, no.
I am green with envy.
And their owners will share their passion and knowledge with their peers.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like a jacuzzi, isn't it?
Ultimately, they'll choose the garden they believe to be the best.
You're shooting the competition.
It's better than sex, isn't it?
You can't say that.
Welcome to the fertile soil of the Midlands. Home to some of the most successful nurseries in the country, gardeners here have some of the UK's finest plants right on their doorstep. Against the rugged backdrop of the Peak District, the Midlands boasts some breathtaking gardens. From the faded grandeur of Elveston Castle to the relaxed gardens at Barnsdale, which inspired a generation of gardeners as the home of organic gardening guru Jeff Hamilton. But how will our 3 amateur gardening couples fare in the shadow of such horticultural heritage when they throw open their gates and invite each other to enjoy, inspect, and ultimately judge each other's gardens? Scrutinising garden design, maintenance and know-how, the shears are being sharpened to see who will get their green fingers on £500 and the Show Me Your Garden Golden Trowel. Our first stop is the suburb of Belper in Derbyshire, where gardening duo Cathy and Jim have created an organic Eden packed with colour and contrast. At 400 square metres, it might not be the biggest garden in the Midlands, but that hasn't stopped them putting plants everywhere.
Some women collect shoes and handbags. I collect plants. And as far as I'm concerned, the more the better.
When it comes to keeping this collection of cultivars under control, English lecturer Cathy makes sure everyone knows their place.
Once you've got that long cutter in your hand, I think we'd better chop the long shoots of the wisteria.
So if you just get on with that. Then,
yeah, get on with that bit. I'm the boss in the garden because it's mainly my baby and my creation, and Jim helps me create the design.
That suits me, yeah. I try to follow on from the leader.
Cathy, originally from Yugoslavia, is a self-taught plantswoman. When the couple moved to Belper 10 years ago, Cathy was a gardening novice, but with the help of her loyal assistant, she has become a gardening goddess and created a space to be proud of.
When we first moved in, it was a blank slate. It was just predominantly grass with the odd 1 or 2 big trees, and we really had our work cut out, but it's been great.
Combining a range of gardening styles, Cathy has made the most of the south-facing garden's original features and its unusual L shape. Visitors are greeted by a densely planted woodland that leads to a secluded seating area. It's only as you turn the corner that you see a cottage garden filled with colour, before ending up in Cathy's prized vegetable and fruit garden.
Often that's the real surprises when they get so far and then they just have a glimpse of the rest of the garden and it's like, oh my God, there's more to this garden.
It's here in the cottage garden Cathy can show off her unique horticultural hoard.
When the guests come to my garden, I really hope they notice my very special tree. I love it. It's the Polonia. What's fabulous about it is that 8 years ago, I actually grew it from seed.
To create this verdant spectacle, Cathy grows plants in pots so she can bring her best performers to the fore.
I do love growing plants in pots. I have quite a few of them because it's a really handy way of filling in gaps and moving plants around depending on seasons.
The final part of the garden is the productive garden. Proudly organic, Cathy may not use chemicals, but she does have one secret weapon.
This is my lovely bug hotel. It has different sections that will attract different types of insects. I want the insects here to be pollinating, but at the same time I want the frogs and the hedgehogs to be eating all the slugs and snails, which obviously we don't want in an edible garden.
Alongside her bugs, Cathy has been known to work in her garden for up to 8 hours a day and is devoted to plant perfection. As the open day looms, Cathy has just enough time to drag Jim out into the garden for some of those last-minute touches.
I'm a little bit nervous. I think I'm more excited than nervous, but nerves with excitement are a good combination.
The first couple to inspect Cathy's organic garden will be Jenny and Graham from Walton in Leicestershire. They have a garden that's focused on green leaves and cropped hedges. Design-conscious Graham, a retired bookshop owner, is quite sure what he doesn't want to see.
The worst garden you could take me to would be one that was filled with coloured leaf plants. I will be seen as elitist and snobby, I know, but that's how I feel about it.
Our second couple are wildlife lovers Tony and Nancy from Stetchford in Birmingham. They've turned their urban backyard into a natural paradise with apple trees and ancient honeysuckles.
My idea of a perfect garden is one that makes me feel at home.
I don't like things too formal. I much prefer the cottage garden style. More colour, more informality.
The first garden tour has arrived, and with her guests almost at the garden gate, Cathy is philosophical about the day ahead.
I think we'll be a bit disappointed if they don't like it, but like any piece of art, not everybody likes the same thing. So it's the same with gardens.
Cathy has written a statement to introduce her guests to her garden.
You are about to step into an organic world of enchantment. Just when you think you've seen it all, there is more to delight and engage around every corner.
Having read the statement, our visiting couples meet for the first time.
Hello,
Hello, Tony.
It's lovely to meet you. Let's go and see.
Both couples will score their garden experience out of 50. They'll start the day by having a look round without their hosts. With 100 points at stake, first impressions will be critical.
Wow, look at this. I think we're in for some good times here.
What excites me, it's so compact and you've got large trees, but it's fantastic.
There's
Yes,
a
indeed.
lot of variety. The pots, the trellis, they just, there's so many different things for the time of the year. It's wonderful. What's this?
That's a datura, isn't it? And if you eat the leaves, you get hallucinations.
Without nibbling any leaves, our visitors split up, and Cathy and Jim get a glimpse of the competition.
I hope they like it there. Oh, I think there's somebody looking at that bit there.
There's somebody down there, yeah. Well, this is quite a nice woodlandish area, isn't it?
Yes, this is lovely.
In a miniaturised way. And I love all the ferns. Not so keen on this exotic plant here with the very garish leaves, but apart from that, I love it.
The person who planted this garden does think a lot about nature when you look around and see the various bird feeders and hanging feeds for the birds. Fantastic.
So soon they'll be turning the corner into the surprise bit.
Oh my goodness. Just, Nancy, just look at this.
Oh,
Now I beginning to understand when they say the hidden corners. This is beautiful.
Look at this! It's all different around here.
Gosh.
It's from shade to light. As you turn the corner, there is a bright, vibrant, flowery garden stretching out in front of you. Quite a surprise. This is the ponytail grass, Stipa tenuissima.
Oh, yes. We have this, don't we?
I always remember a lady in our garden being very absorbed in doing this, and she looked up and she said, "It's better than sex, isn't it?"
You can't say that.
I hope they're saying nice things.
I hope so.
With the compliments flowing, Nancy has just noticed all the pots hiding in the flower beds.
I wonder why they've got them all in pots rather than
In the soil.
ground.
When you don't get rain, it's a lot of work watering all these potted plants.
What is this tree? Look at... I don't know what this is. Look at the size of it.
Well, it is fascinating. The leaves are like the Indian elephant's ear, but obviously, because of its growth, it's got to be kept in control.
The diverse range of plants hasn't escaped design purist Graham's attention either.
But this is a very species-rich garden. I would probably want to take certain plants and repeat them to form a sort of rhythm through the area.
Wow, well, this is the vegetable garden, but we don't know anything about vegetable gardens. But look at these pears. Are they real?
Well, I think we need to try one of these plums. Let's find a nice, ripe, juicy one.
Yes, that's
Oh,
right,
yes, that one is.
These plums, Nancy, they're just lovely. They're lovely.
As the first part of the day comes to an end, has Cathy's much-loved garden done enough to impress her guests?
Well, it would be churlish to be envious. However, I'm extremely envious of some of the plants that I absolutely adore.
Cathy's guests have had a good look round her garden and, having made detailed notes, reconvene under her ancient conifer to meet their hosts for the first time.
I reckon this tree's as old as Methuselah.
It's a magnificent bit of work, isn't it, both of nature and man?
Hello.
Good
Welcome to our garden.
Our couples can award points for their overall experience, and Cathy is hoping that some homemade treats, including plum dumplings and a courgette cake, might swing things in her favour.
Did you grow your courgettes in the garden?
Yes, the courgettes are from the garden, and so are the plums that are in there.
How long have you been here, Cathy?
We've been here for 10 years now.
Only 10?
Only 10.
Fantastic.
Having broken the ice, our guests have the chance to test Cathy and Jim's garden know-how.
Cathy, everything grows really well here, doesn't it? What sort of soil do you have?
These were allotments 50 years ago, so the soil was worked really well, and it's a good depth, so it's really, we're very lucky.
Jim, we have heard so much from Cathy and her role in the garden. You ever been told, Jim, put that back, you don't go there?
Yes, I mean, I often think that this garden's more like the lounge than it is a garden. You know how you move your furniture around in a lounge and it's not quite right? Well, we do the same with the pots here, you know.
And the plants.
And the plants,
We've moved
yes.
them around too.
Yes, but it keeps me, I was saying to somebody, it keeps me young. It keeps me young, yes.
The final chance to be awarded points is in the form of a demonstration. This gives our gardeners the chance to share some of their gardening secrets. Proud to be an organic gardener, Cathy wants to help her visitors introduce more wildlife into their gardens.
We're going to make a bug hotel today, a fabulous way of attracting good wildlife to your garden.
To maximise her green credentials, Cathy is using recycled materials from her own garden.
These are the Polonia tree branches that are pruned in March, and the holes are natural. We didn't have to make these holes.
That's very
the
good.
actual
Very
tree
good.
is hollow inside, which is a beautiful thing. And it's for solitary bees and bumblebees. They love to burrow inside these holes.
Yes.
As more natural habitats disappear, British gardens have become a front line in protecting our native wildlife.
We got to make it tight as we build
I think
along.
we need a taller pot, don't we?
This is a very nice idea, and I'm warming to it every moment.
By creating these insect havens, Cathy's guests can keep their plants and vegetables healthy and productive without using chemicals.
Use some of that green stuff as well, the cardboard. Yes. You can, because lacewings love that.
With the final touches being made, Tony's finding the idea of living with bugs quite inviting.
Well, looking at this, my love, I wouldn't mind being a friendly bug in the garden.
Oh, I'll make you a beautiful bug hotel.
How sweet of you.
I thought the demonstration was amazingly interesting. How the bad boys are eaten by the good boys. I thought that was a great idea.
With the first bugs checking in, the first day of competition comes to a close. For Cathy and Jim, it's time to find out what their guests really thought of their visit.
Let's see what they've had to say. What was your first impression on first seeing the garden? One of surprise. This was clearly an exciting garden. It's the surprise element, isn't it, that always gets.
Yeah.
Reduce the number of potted plants.
And when it comes to number of potted plants, it's just a personal opinion, really. So.
But I do know what they mean about the potted plants, because they're not always eco-friendly because of the amount of water. But yes, they're all fair comments.
Yeah.
Cathy's Polonia tree is a real talking point for her garden. If you want to experiment with dramatic foliage, you could try Gunnera manicata or giant rhubarb. With leaves that reach a colossal 2 meters in width, these are robust herbaceous perennials. For a little more height, try Canna indica purpurea. With their reddish bronze leaves, the plant can reach over 2 meters high and will reward you with vibrant flowers in late summer. The second garden for inspection belongs to Tony and Nancy in Stetchford, near central Birmingham. This is an urban garden that embraces nature.
Just look at the delicate net. It is lovely for them to find a home in our garden.
The couple met at nursing college over 30 years ago. Nancy went on to run an intensive care ward at a Birmingham hospital, and the garden became the perfect place to escape from the pressures of a stressful job. Many of the plants in their garden have been given them by past patients, which makes this a personal space filled with memories.
Our garden is a living garden, and we love it. Every part of it has got a story attached to it. These old apple trees, they're between 60 to 70 years old. Everybody wants to live a bit longer. Why shouldn't they?
Tony and Nancy have been enjoying their garden for the last 30 years and are proud of what they've achieved.
It was completely lawn and trees. There was nothing at all in the garden when we came, but it's taken a number of years to get it to this level.
This natural north-facing oasis is almost 100 metres long. Their visitors will start their tour in a simple flower garden, before making their way past the fish pond into an old orchard, complete with rose beds and ancient honeysuckles. But it's the final third of this garden that will hold the real surprise for Tony's visitors.
My favorite part of the garden is where the bees are. Okay, girls, pick up from here.
Playing a vital role for pollination and crop production, it's estimated there are almost 40,000 beekeepers in the UK, a number that has been declining since the 50s. As a nation, we've turned our backs on this garden craft. Bee populations have halved since Tony started keeping bees 20 years ago.
If any beekeepers say I haven't been stung by bees, they are not telling the truth.
If the bees are on their best behaviour, Tony's hoping his visitors will come away with an uplifting experience.
The most important thing that anyone could take away from this garden is that it's a place of love, a place of tranquility, and a place of reflection. Come to our garden and you'll get all this.
There's some big ones here.
With only a few days to go until open day, Tony and Nancy are collecting apples to tempt their guests with some homemade pie.
Here is where my cricketing skills come into play.
Hey, oh!
No, that one went in the wrong direction. Never mind. It's in good shape.
Oh, yes, yes.
And I'm catching with the wrong hand. I'm left-handed.
With the garden tour imminent, Nancy has noticed black spot on her roses.
It's a big problem. We've never had it before, but I think we just have to do a little bit of a tidy-up job, really, and hope that it won't look quite as bad.
Not enough time.
Not enough time now, no.
Our couples are ready for the visit, and it falls to Jim to read the statement.
Surrounded by nature, you should feel at peace with the world, because our garden is welcoming and homely. The place where no one or nothing ever hurries. Is a place to contemplate and relax.
We're in Birmingham, where Jenny, Cathy, Graham and Jim are about to see Tony and Nancy's wildlife garden for the first time.
Wow.
Lovely.
It's so rural, isn't it, for a garden in the middle of a city?
I know, for an urban garden, it's absolutely fabulous. You can see some greenhouses.
Yeah, glimpses of distant pleasures, I think.
I know. Fabulous.
Well, they're pointing things out, so there must be something attracting their attention.
Yes.
Not sure what.
Our couple split up to explore. Jenny and Graham have discovered the ancient apple trees.
I wonder if this was an old orchard. It's got really
It does
good
have,
old trees.
It does rather have that look about it, doesn't it?
Yes.
These are clearly old trees, probably 100 years old, maybe. So yeah, could well be.
Oh my God, you can't get your teeth in. No, they're too hard.
Probably best to look at than eat.
The apples have left Jenny with a sour taste in her mouth, while Cathy and Jim have discovered a clue to Tony and Nancy's natural ethos.
Look, there's a buddleia in flower. Lovely colour, that one. It's not as dark as some of them.
No, it's nice.
I know lots of people see them as weeds because they see themselves everywhere, but they're very good for butterflies.
Well, yeah, if you see a weed as an unwanted plant, these are wanted, really, aren't they? It's a wildlife garden, so you need them, really, so I wouldn't see it as a weed.
I just wonder whether it's a cleverly managed garden to make it very organic, or whether there's a bit of lack of time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard to tell whether it's been planned or just sort of happened, yeah?
And maybe here there is a little bit of sacrifice of the beauty aesthetic side to providing a heaven for wildlife.
With Cathy speaking her mind, Nancy's anxious about what plant aficionado Graham will say about her roses.
Oh no, Graham and Jenny are looking at the roses. They're bound to see the black spot.
Well, that's black spot, a common fungal disease of roses. This is the problem with hybrid tea roses. They've got beautiful flowers. The individual flowers are lovely, but the foliage is a real problem.
And where does the problem come from? The soil or the plants?
The plant, it's the breeding history of them. They're very overbred over the centuries.
At this point in the tour, both couples seem suitably underwhelmed by the garden, but of course, this garden has one big surprise for them.
Oh look, there's a beehive there.
There's a beehive, a white beehive, yeah.
This makes more sense now, doesn't it?
It's their bee feeding patch, yes.
Look at all the bees going in here, Jenny. Have you seen? Can you see in there?
I've seen
It
the bees
is.
come. It's
More
really
people should
good.
keep bees, shouldn't they?
Yeah,
They are very
they are,
important.
yeah. This feels like a real wildlife garden, doesn't it?
Well, it does. It makes a lot more sense now. When you first come into it, you wonder quite what the planning is. But when you get down here, you can see what they've been at. It's really been well done.
The bees may have saved the day for Tony and Nancy's wildlife-friendly haven. That extra dimension might be just what their guests are looking for as they make some quick notes and get ready to meet their hosts.
Hello!
Hello, everybody.
So, what's on the menu? Well, of course, it's...
Oh, look, honey! Look at me!
You're going to be the first one to taste this year's honey.
Oh, that's lovely.
Is it?
Taste of roses.
Really?
We're going to find the honey will have different taste, depending on where the bees go to get the source of nectar at any particular time of the year.
All sweetened up, the guests get to quiz their hosts about their gardens.
There's so many trees and plants in your garden. Are there any stories behind them?
There are a number of stories. A lot of them have been gifts from friends. Some of them were people here previously, the trees particularly. Some of the shrubs have been given by friends as tiny little things, and I just can't bear to part with those. They're like a patchwork quilt of memories of friends and neighbours and family. And
How much of your planting is designed to provide nectar to the bees?
Nearly 50% of the plants in the garden provide a source of food for the bees. And this is why Nancy at times wanted me to move things, or this shouldn't be there. And I say, listen, the bees benefit from this, and it's sustaining nature. And most important of all, bees meant a lot to human beings. If they weren't here, would we be here?
On that note, it's time for Tony's guests to get a little closer to his bees.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to my bees?
Wow!
And this is somewhat what the hive would look like. Within a hive, you'll have between 40 to 70,000 bees. They produce a stuff called propolis. You can pass it around and smell it. They use it as a glue to seal the frames together and block any holes. Also, the young bees secrete the wax, and the wax is what they use to make the comb.
Oh, lovely. Reminds me of churches.
Seeing bees behind glass is one thing, but how will his guests feel about visiting the hives?
Who is prepared to be a volunteer to go down the hive with me so I can just take the lid off and show you the bees at work? Any volunteer?
Yeah, I'll have a go.
Good old
You will.
Brave woman.
Good old
Well done, well done.
Brave woman.
well done.
Jenny is putting her trust in Tony. Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
I've never seen so many bees together
Well,
in my
these
life.
are just a small amount. This is a small hive. You always got
What
to...
does that do, Tony? The
It
pumping?
tends to keep them quiet because they will have the opinion that their house is on fire. So they will tend to take honey. So what I'm going to do is take a few frames out. Come a bit closer, very gentle, very gentle.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
Right, very gentle.
When Tony pulled out one of these meshes, it was amazing. It was just, and then they started buzzing near you and hitting your gloves, but it was very exciting. Tony, how many pots of honey will you get from this hive?
Well, you can get up to 3 to 4 pounds of honey from one frame.
I shan't be keeping bees, I don't think, but that's an experience I will never forget.
It's still a bit of a garden of a bit of magic and a bit of secrecy in it, which is lovely. Still would have been nice to have seen a bit more colour, but overall, it's been a good day.
With their garden visit over, could there be a sting in the tail for Tony and Nancy as they find out what their guests really thought and read their comments?
Whilst there are a lot of lovely mature trees and plants, the variety of planting is a bit limited. Well, do you think we should get a few more plants, especially in the borders?
Yes, but we have got one thing to our disadvantage, and that is the mature trees sucking the subsoil. But we can only but try and find plants that will do well in those conditions.
If you owned this garden, what would you change? We would get rid of the rose garden, which is in too shady a position to succeed. I'm glad I've had an opinion on that. What do you think?
That is a true opinion.
If you don't want a beehive, you can still do your bit for the environment by growing pollinator-friendly plants in your garden, like salvia. A favourite for butterflies and honeybees, this heavily scented flower can add colour to your garden for up to 5 months of the year. Bees see purple more clearly than any other colour, so try some aconitum in your flower beds. These beautiful flowers thrive in most soils and even cope with a bit of shade. Our final garden is nestled in the Leicestershire countryside and belongs to grandparents Jenny and Graham. Big on design, the garden is a very modern celebration of the colour green.
There may only be 50 shades of grey, but there are hundreds of shades of green. My garden is a garden in which the passage of the seasons are celebrated, where we move briskly forward from spring to summer to autumn, and each time we have a different cast of plants putting on a performance.
I wanted to say that, Graham. I wanted to say that.
We're too late.
Yeah.
One of the garden's most striking features are the gently curved hornbeam hedges, Graham's pride and joy.
He wouldn't let me touch his hedges, no, for goodness sake.
That would be very dangerous.
Very dangerous, yes.
She loses all control, given a pair of secateurs.
Graham's north-facing garden is the largest in the competition at just over 4,000 square metres, but divided into distinct areas. Guests arrive in a naturally styled woodland. On one side there's a wildflower meadow, while on the other there's a shaded orchard. In the middle, a reflective circular pond leads you into a more formal flower garden, where Graham uses sparks of colour to contrast his love affair with the colour green. Graham is certainly busy with his shears, not only by creating gaps in the hedges,
Light here, shade there, and then light again beyond.
but he has also crown-lifted birch trees and cloud-pruned laurel that shelters a stony snake.
This is our serpent in the Garden of Eden. Sometimes this is a Garden of Eden, sometimes it's a nightmare.
He's not a control freak, but
Close.
he's very close. Oh, look, Graham, there's one here.
Oh, yeah. It took me 33 years to get where we are today, and this is because I've made it and remade it over the years. I've gradually refined what I wanted.
The plants are in horror of him when he comes down with a spade. They know one of them's going to be dug up and moved.
The maturity of trees is balanced with some very modern touches, like the reflective mobile in the woodland garden, something that could divide opinion.
Every now and again, I wonder who that very old man is in the garden, and then I sort of recognise that it probably is me.
Keeping a garden like this means the gardener must always be on their toes.
Great gardens are never finished. It'll be finished when I'm finished, of course. That's when it'll be finished.
With a few days left before the final tour, Graham and Jenny are doing last-minute tidying up, and nerves start to settle in.
I feel nervous about visitors, yes. Will they disapprove my lawn? Will they notice all the weeds in the garden?
Will they think you're a crackpot by
will they
being
think
all
I'm
green?
a crackpot by having all green leaves? Yes, all those sort of things.
Graham and Jenny's big day has arrived, and the guests make their way. But before they get to glimpse Graham's greens, Nancy has a statement.
Good morning.
I've got the garden statement, so shall I read it out?
Oh, yes, please.
All right. Our garden has green foliage to create a calm, peaceful garden. No gold, purple or variegated leaves. This is a space designed to be reflective.
That sounds
fabulous.
Sounds lovely.
Graham's guests are about to explore the final garden, one that can divide opinion. It's time to find out what our couples think.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, this is lovely.
Wow.
Well, yes.
Lovely. Gorgeous. This.
That's really worthy of waiting for.
When that gate opened, it was quite amazing, really. It's such a treasure behind the gate.
This is like Alice in Wonderland. Just look at it, folks.
Look at the different shades of green. There's so many, light, dark, rustling and shaking in different directions. It's beautiful.
Do you think they'll like the mobile?
Well, I hope so. It's quite surprising, isn't it, to people? It moves and surprises them.
I didn't expect to see a mirror in the middle of this little wood. It's very modern looking, but I do think it works because of the curves of the hedges and the trees.
Is it
You
made
can
of
see
glass?
No, it's a steel, I think. Yeah, it's polished steel.
Tony and Nancy clearly appreciate a bit of contemporary art, but will Cathy and Jim share their enthusiasm as they head into the garden's centrepiece?
Oh, here they come, Graham. What will they think?
Oh, look, there's a gap here.
Yeah, very well structured gap, isn't it?
Lovely shapes. I mean, aesthetically, it's very pleasant. It just a little bit feels like a magazine or a show garden.
Rather than a lived-in garden, yeah.
Rather than a lived-in garden, but yes, it's very pleasant to look at.
Oh, yeah.
Do you notice the way those stones are laid like a serpent all the way around?
I don't like serpents. I don't really like the stones. I don't know what...
Because you don't like snakes.
I don't like snakes, that's for sure.
Oh, look, this is a lot more natural, isn't it?
It's a lot more rustic, isn't it? Yeah.
better. The Stipa gigantea looks lovely here. They're amazing in winter when the frost gets on them. Absolutely beautiful. It's lovely structural plants,
good
this
winter
is.
feature, that. Well, do you think there are enough plants here then?
Oh, you know what I'm like, Jim? I would stuff loads and loads of different plants for as many insects as possible. There are a few splashes to give them some food, but in my opinion, not quite enough variety.
I think this looks very odd. You've got these well-manicured shrubs, and you've got this beautiful wavy patch of blue, then the wild, and then the hedges are all beautifully manicured. I think it looks unbalanced.
Oh, those silver birches, I love their bark. I think what they've been doing is they've been crown lifting them, so you've got more of a stem and then all the greenery is at the top. It's quite a well-established way of pruning certain trees that have got an attractive bark.
Yeah, it shows the bark off really well, doesn't it? It's a lovely colour, that is.
This garden must be an amazing amount of hard work, and I am so impressed because obviously they are a slightly elderly couple. I'm not sure I could manage this amount of clipping and shaping. It must keep him busy 8 hours a day during the season, and I really applaud them for that.
Having had a good look round, our couples can consider their scores. Before taking their seats, to enjoy Jenny and Graham's hospitality.
Oh, Jenny, what have you there?
It's a heady mix of Jenny's spiced apple cake and Graham's champagne cocktails.
Oh, lovely.
The figs that you're going to eat are grown in the garden, and indeed the apples in the apple cake are also grown in the garden.
Ah, that's lovely.
Suitably refreshed, our guests want to quiz Graham about his green oasis.
When we walked into this garden, it was just appear magical, like a painting. Was it intended to be as it is?
Yes. I've always hoped that my garden might look like a painting or a sculpture, three-dimensional painting. Gardens are a mixture of man's art and nature, aren't they? And that's what's unique about them. Art and nature brought together.
How important to you is design in this garden?
What I hope to get in the garden is a contrast between the solid shapes of the hedges and the trees and the more airy shapes of the little meadows and the herbaceous plants.
One of the most important characteristics of this garden are the trees, and Graham's hoping to gain some extra points by showing his guests how to plant one.
Well, what I'm going to do is plant the crabapple tree, and I need you gents to help me with the job.
So I'll hold the tree, and you can pull the pot.
Got to knock this off, haven't we?
Having soaked the root ball for 24 hours, Graham can tease out the sapling's delicate roots to give them the best chance once in the ground.
Beautiful.
The helpers start to backfill the hole with regular soil mixed with a dusting of bone meal.
Don't go down in the hole, we may bury you.
I thought Graham's demonstration was fascinating. He knows exactly what he's doing and how to do it. He's planted many, many trees.
It's great to see men hard at work for a change, isn't it?
And it's wonderful to have two assistants as well, so strong, healthy men, yeah. I'm going to put a stake in now at 45 degrees, facing into the angle of the prevailing wind, which is over there.
The stake should support the young sapling and let it move in the breeze, but not restrict its growth. Graham uses a special rubber tree tie to attach the stake and waters it before adding mulch.
Now, it needs to be not touching the trunk, because if anything banks up against the trunk, then it's liable to cause rotting of the bark.
A final pat down and the job's done.
I've never had helpers before.
Oh, well, could catch on, Graham.
Him or me.
With a new lasting testament to their garden visit, it's time for Jenny and Graham to find out if their garden was a hit.
What was your first impression of first seeing the garden? And the comment was very peaceful, The woodland look natural and inviting. The peeling tree bark and colours are beautiful.
That seems a fair comment to me.
What did you think of the design of planting? Extremely formal, some beautiful trees, especially the variety of bark. However, too many straight lines and dipped hedges.
Well, I wouldn't have thought it was very formal, the garden. There's certainly some formal elements in it. But if you dislike straight lines, then this will not appeal. But that's gardening, isn't it? There are lots of different viewpoints.
With the scores in, our gardeners will now find out who's won the coveted Golden Trowel and £500. Our tour of the Midlands has taken in 3 very different gardens. Starting with Cathy's organic garden, where woodland, flower garden and productive garden were designed in a small space. Then there was Tony and Nancy's garden, a welcoming urban nature reserve, complete with Tony's beloved bees. Finally, Graham and Jenny's strongly designed and modern green-leafed wonderland. As host, it's Jenny who'll open the golden envelope and announce the winner.
I really believe we're all winners.
Yeah.
Our own gardens are what we create and love. But I'll open it. Graham and Jenny.
Well deserved, well deserved. Congratulations.
With the points tallied up, Graham and Jenny won with a near-perfect 92 points. In second place, Cathy and Jim scored a very respectable 85. Tony and Nancy were third with 73 out of 100.
My garden did not win because I don't think it come up to the standard of the 2 gardens we have seen so far.
A little bit disappointed, but we've met some lovely people. We've seen some fabulous gardens, and there's much we will take away with us and remember.
I'm delighted they won. I wouldn't like to say it was the right garden because I've loved both.
Graham, this trowel is all the gardening you're going to do in the future.
Oh,
Very kind of you.
I do love you. And I think your garden's, our garden, is wonderful. I love to be in it with you.
I love you too.
I know you do, you silly old sod.